Ransomware can come from various places like links in emails or text messages and can be hard to defeat. How quickly an attack can be defeated can depend on whether it was a click event or a sophisticated hack. Cybersecurity expert Jay Town says canceling school is a strategy to help prevent the ransomware from spreading to students and family devices. He says the best way to protect against ransomware is to be proactive.
We've exercised this great personal hygiene over the last 9 months. Our cyber hygiene, we can't use 2015 methods to back up our 2020 or 2021 systems.
Town says we are lucky to have a very sophisticated FBI cyber team here in Huntsville to help defeat this ransomware attack.